Itaje vile nilikueleza barabara ya Kautandini, Mavivye, Motiloni kwenda Kemakiu. Newo kanati wo. Vile vile iko barabara ya Musaani, Kayata, Uvete kwenda mpaka Kilome. Newo kanati wo. Rais alisema baada ya hizi barabara ambazo amezitaja zikianza kujengwa phase 2 ya barabara tutaweka priority hizo barabara mbili. Tuendelee tusiendelee? Tuendelee tusiendelee? Jambo la pili na la mwisho, Mheshimiwa Rais, ni kusema ya kwamba vile tunaenda mbele, tunataka siasa ya Kenya ibadilike, tuchunge mambo ya maendeleo. Kila kiongozi ambaye anakuja kuongea hapa anasema ile kazi ambaye amefanyia wananchi, na kwa hivyo wale wanashindana na sisi mupunguze mambo ya ukabila na chuki na kisirani, tuongee mambo ya sera.
Kwa muda mrefu Mheshimiwa Rais tumedanganywa. Tunaambiwa ati tukae ngumu ati itakuwa nzuri hapo mbele. Sisi tunasema tutaki mambo kukaa ngumu. Tumechoka na siasa ya umaskini, tunataka siasa ya maendeleo. Na wewe Mheshimiwa Rais, tunajua ya kwamba wewe vile umezunguka nchi yetu ya Kenya, Wakenya wamekuona unafanya kazi, na tunajua utaendelea kuunda serikali inayokuja, tuendelee kuweka miradi katika Ukambani. Tunakuomba, tunajua unakuja siku 4, lakini sisi hapa hatuna haraka na wewe. Hata ukikaa wiki moja
Elsewhere, education stakeholders are emphasizing the importance of nurturing a culture that celebrates and honors teachers for their critical role in shaping the nation's future. They say recognizing educators not only motivates them, but also reinforces the value of quality teaching in preparing learners for an increasingly competitive job market. The call comes amid renewed efforts to improve teachers' welfare and strengthening the education sector contribution to the national development.
Honoring the torch bearers, who are our teachers. To our teachers, the soul of this institution, today we honor your sweat, your patience, your unending faith in the power of education. From the Teacher of the Year, Teacher Brenda Hayosa, to our rising stars, to the veterans receiving their Lifetime Dedication Award, your work reminds us that teaching is the one profession that creates all professions. Education is not the preparation for life. Education is life in itself.
As a section of junior secondary school teachers in Kericho County are calling on the Teacher Service Commission to absorb over 20,000 teachers into permanent and pensionable terms. The teachers say despite the recent government efforts to expand medical covers to educators, most of them remain excluded due to their contractual employment. Kupet Kericho County Executive Secretary Mary Rotich has urged the Teacher Service Commission to act swiftly, urging that the uncertainty surrounding temporary contracts is demoralizing and also undermines quality teaching.
Today we are here just to remind Teacher Service Commission that there are interns who are employed on internship, the science teachers, that are yet to receive any communication from the Commission. Their term of service is coming to an end, and yet there is no one who has told them anything. We want to hear only one voice, and that voice is confirmation of the interns.
We want to ask the government to come clear and tell the Kenyan teachers that the Ministry of Education is saying there is no money, and the Ministry of Treasury is saying they will confirm us. Let them come out and tell us the truth, because we want confirmation now. Our business is confirmation.
As we move on, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has vowed to sustain its crackdown on corruption in the county, that is in the county government, with a particular focus on what is described as budgeted corruption within county assemblies. EACC Chief Executive Officer Abdi Mohamud Speaking through a representative in Kisumu, he expressed the concerns over increasing conflicts of interest in procurement processes in following members of County Assembly. And also the Commission has also urged the recruitment agencies to vet academic certificates more thoroughly to prevent the loss of public funds to unqualified individuals drawing salaries unlawfully.
There is a growing belief among Kenyans that some public officials, especially in the counties, have betrayed the public trust and transformed their entrusted roles into opportunities for personal enrichment, using their positions to benefit themselves, their families, friends, and associates. In our view, from where we sit as EACC, these concerns are not unfounded.
The EACC has yielded greater awareness and compliances on integrity issues. We look forward to deepening this partnership, particularly in developing internal policies and procedures for corruption prevention measures, declaration of our interests, and audit ethics audits. I encourage officers from both institutions to use this workshop to build sustainable systems.
Elsewhere, tensions are rising among internally displaced persons, groups in Western Kenya, after a faction moved to court seeking government a compensation over the alleged unpaid dues. The move has drawn criticism from the national coordinator of the Western Kenya IDP caucus, Kennedy Odira, who termed it as a regrettable and unnecessary confrontation that could delay ongoing collaboration efforts with the government. And also Odira has distanced the organization from the legal action, saying it was initiated without the caucasians or the caucus knowledge or a consent.
Kuna baadhi wenzetu ambaye wanajitokeza wanaenda kushtaki serikali kama wanajifanya ni ma-IDP mwadhiriwa. Sio kweli. Sisi kama mwadhiriwa, sisi hatujui hao watu. Hawa ni walagai ambaye ni walifu ambaye naiba watu pesa. Sasa tunaomba serikali kupitia kwa CS yetu Raymond Omolo waingilia ile kati ya hiyo maneno, wachunguze wale ambao wanaenda kusitaki serikali ni wakina nani. Wakati tunaandika petition tukukuwa na hao watu. Hata tumesikia na sanga sana kama tunasikia kuna baadhi wenzetu ambaye anaenda kusitaki serikali. Sisi hatukukuwa na maneno na serikali. Serikali yetu ambayo inaongozwa na William Samoei Ruto ilikuwa inafanya kazi mzuri. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba serikali aingilie hiyo kati, aangalie nani anaenda kusitaki serikali. Na anasitaki kama nani. Sisi pia tuko ndani ya serikali. Hatukwenda kwa wale sisi hatujui hao watu ni akina nani. Kwa sababu wakati tunaandika petition hatukuwa na hao watu.
Other members of the IDPs are still at large, and those who have attempted to go to court are what we call, they are cartoons. They are not going to take us any place. And at this moment, I'm very much proud that my able coordinator, John Okinyi Odira, John Kennedy Okinyi, has taken this responsibility to Mr. Mutua, who will take care of what the IDPs will get at long last. Let me say this, that our able government will reach the destination so that the displaced people in Homa Bay, Western Kenya's caucus, will at least...
Getting to Nyamira County is that Nyamira County's healthcare system has received a major boost following the delivery of 2 new vehicles from the Program for Appropriate Technology in Health, PATH Kenya, to support HIV programs across the county. The vehicles flagged off at the county headquarters are expected to strengthen outreach, mobile clinics, and also follow-up services across all sub-counties in the county. A move that marks a milestone in the 14-year collaboration between the BATH and also the county government of Nyamira. Speaking on behalf of the governor, Amos Nyaribo, Public Service County Executive Committee member Kennedy Angwenyi hailed the donation as a transformative gesture that will enhance service delivery to communities in need. Healthy Sikkim, Dr. said.
South Kenya has had a long-standing partnership and presence in Nyamira County, 14 years to be specific. So some of the programs that we are implementing is around immunization. And if you recall, recently there was a national-wide measles rubella campaign and typhoid conjugate vaccine introduction that we've supported across the county. In the HIV space, we are in about 90 facilities that we are supporting in HIV care and treatment, serving various populations, but also in the primary healthcare space. We are also supporting the county government to integrate HIV and TB services within community structures. And all the work that we do here, we jointly implement with the county government. And the reason we do that is to make sure that it's sustainable and we're able to transition that work to the county.
Today, the Party Kenya, represented by the CEO, they have handed to us 2 vehicles which are going to be used by the Department of Health. These vehicles are going to reach our people who need health care, and we are very happy. We are very happy for this kind of cooperation.
50 minutes past 7 a.m. here in East African time. That is in the morning report in DZTV Africa. We keep on informing you what is going on. I take a short break. Afterwards, I will be informing you more of the report that what transpired yesterday and also what is trending since yesterday and all over our social media platforms. Keep it in DZTV Africa and keep the conversation going via our social media platforms. That is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube as in DZTV Africa. Also, you can be able to talk to us via a short text message that is 21575, and also not forgetting our WhatsApp number that is 0711199890.
What's up, my beautiful people? They call me Ems Manvoke, and this month on day 28 DZTV Africa pamoja na Camel Park wanakuletea chill party and talent show auditions live hapa ndani ya Camel Park, na kiingilio ni shilingi 200 peke yake per head. Alafu saidia kama umeweza kulipa that 200 Kenya shillings unapata free swimming. In the same time, kama ni mzazi kwa pale nyumbani unaweza leta watoto wako wakuja waweze kujienjoy. Tuko na bouncing castle, tuko na water balloons, tuko na mamba, tuko na tortoise. In the same time, unaweza kuwa na fun as a family. So don't forget, mark your calendar on this month, date 28, ambayo itakuwa na Friday. Tutakuwa na show babu kubwa. Show yenyewe itakuwa ni chill party and talent show audition humu ndani ya Camel Park, the Bride of Kisii.
Eastlands, yo, we had the mic. Westlands, yo, we had the mic.
Naam, ni wakati wa kusikiza sauti inayobeba maono, busara na hali halisi ya kisiasa humu nchini. Karibu katika kipindi Sauti ya Uongozi. Hapa tutakuwa tunazungumza na viongozi kujieleza katika hali halisi ya yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya, na bila shaka kukupa wewe mtazamaji nafasi ya kuzungumza kama mwananchi wa kawaida kwa yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya katika maendeleo humu nchini.
But after making the payment, they deleted. Now, what kind of accounting is that? Because you are supposed to maintain the details of whoever you paid, so that the figures can balance.
Watu ambao wanafanyiwa sio kwamba ni wale wananchi wote ambao wako pale wanafanyiwa ile funding, ni makundi haswa. Na zile pesa kufika katika makundi ikamfikia mwananchi yule ambaye alikuwa anachangiwa akapata kiasi kidogo cha pesa. Ina maana kule kuzurula, ule msururu wa kuzunguka inakuwa ni kama ni null and void kwa mwananchi, anaiona kwamba analagaiwa.
If you graduated in 2016 and somebody graduated in 2020, the 2016 was to be given priority to get that job. But nowadays, members of parliament have taken over. They get the letters, they dish them in funerals, others they sell them to the highest bidder.
Kila wiki tutakuwa
tunakuletea mahojiano ya kina na viongozi kutoka sekta mbalimbali na jamii kwa ujumla. Je, unajiuliza maswali ni kipi ambacho kinajiri nyuma ya pasia la uongozi? Basi hapa ndipo unapaswa kukaa mkao wa kutazama na kusikiza. Usikose Sauti ya Uongozi kila siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1 jioni hadi saa 3 jioni ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa, nami Jeff Nyakundi. Sauti ya Uongozi, tunazungumza, tunajenga, tunabadilika.
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Kila jamii hapa Afrika, yani chini ya jua duniani, ina chimbuko lake. Ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa, katika kujua utamaduni wako, ndani ya Utamaduni Afrika, tutaangazia kila jamii, tukianza na jamii ya Abagusi ambayo iko chini ya Bantu, jamii ya Mkamba, jamii ya Waluo. Vile vile tutaangazia kuhusiana na jamii ya Masai. Tutataka kujua ni mbona jamii inaenzi, ama ni mbona kila jamii inaenzi mila na tamaduni zake, na vipi hizi mila na desturi zina umuhimu gani katika utamaduni. Utapata mpaka leo jamii ya Masai inaenzi sana ufugaji wa mifugo. Kuna jamii ambazo zinaendeleza mila ambazo zimepitwa na wakati, mfano ukeketaji wa wasichana, kitu ambacho jamii nyingi hazienzi kamwe, kukeketa wasichana. Haya yote kuhusu mila na desturi na utamaduni ni ndani ya kipindi Utamaduni Afrika katika runinga unayoienzi, Ndizi TV Africa, kila siku ya Alhamisi saa 2 usiku. Kipindi kinaletwa kwako na Mwita Peter. Usikose.
Unatazama Ndizi TV Africa.
Every Wednesday night, join me for powerful stories and informative stories that will touch your heart and also will be informative on Ndizi TV Africa, where we will be having able and ambitious. Join us as we empower voices that need to be heard and also encourage the inclusive voices in the society, one story at a time. We educate, we inspire, we break barriers and remind the world that disability is not inability. Tune in to Ndizi TV Africa every Wednesday as from 8 p.m. as we celebrate and empower the able and ambitious in our society. Ndizi TV Africa, beyond Africa.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Welcome back as we continue informing you or giving you a report this morning. Elsewhere, we returned back to Nyamira County. Nyamira-based lawyer and philanthropist Philemon Murara Apiemi, who has announced his intention to file for the senator seat in 2027 general elections, is calling on political leaders to put the interests of citizens before politics. Speaking during a health outreach program organized by the Apiemi Foundation in partnership with the local health officers, the senatorial hopeful emphasized the importance of service delivery over political rivalry. The event saw hundreds of residents receive medical screening, treatment, and also free eye classes as part of the ongoing community health campaign in the county.
Natoka hapa Nyamira Ward. Leo tumekuwa na hii program ya kupeana free eye clinic. Leo ni siku ya 3 na vile mmeona wananchi wametumika hapa kwa wingi, wengi wamesaidika. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru sana juu wengine hawakuwa wanajua, hawakuwa na uwezo wa kusoma hata Biblia, lakini kwa saa hii vile mmesikia wasoma hata Biblia, wengine sasa watatembea vizuri. Kwa hivyo pia nataka kushukuru hii kanisa NPC Nyamira ikiongozwa na Bishop Ogendi kwa kutupea permission ya kuingia hapa na kufanya hii kazi hapa. Mungu awabariki sana.
Mimi nashukuru kwa ajili ya foundation ya mheshimiwa wetu Murara Apiemi pamoja na Douglas. Nashukuru sana kwa sababu tumehudumiwa vizuri. Vile mmeona hapa watu wamevaa miwani. Sasa walikuwa na shida ya kusoma, sasa wataweza soma.
Amali Sosa. Nashukuru sana kwa sababu leo tuko hapa tunapeana huduma ya watu wetu wana shida ya macho. Tuko na madaktari kutoka Lions, tuko na wengine from Light of Hope, na tumeshirikiana na foundations zingine ili tuweze kusaidia watu wetu. Watu wetu wamekuwa na shida ya macho, lakini sikuwa nafikiria wataweza kuwa na hii shida kiasi hii, kwa sababu hii ikiwa mara ya 3 kama siku ya 3 ya kufanya hii kazi, tumeangalia haya, tumeona watu wetu wako na shida. Sasa tunaomba watu wetu, kuna mafunzo tumewapea ni nini inakosa mtu aliye na shida ya macho kama moshi, sharp light na kufuta sigara. Wengine maybe inaletwa na magonjwa kama diabetes, blood pressure. Tumewaambia vile wanaenda maintain their eyes vizuri, hata ingawa tumewapea miwani for free, na kuna wale wenye wako na complex eyes issues tumearrange vile libaro itafanywa vile wamepitia kwetu. Sasa tumechukua majina yao wale wenye wako na shida ambayo haihitaji miwani. Sasa Lions watawapea free services, wataenda huko wafanyiwe operation for free, waoshwe macho for free, watibiwe for free, ndio warudi. Sasa hawatalipa kitu chochote.
Elsewhere, police officers in Rongo, in collaboration with the Law Society of Kenya, have arrested a gunman accused of masquerading as a licensed advocate along the Kisii-Migori border. The operation, led by Rongo Sub-County Commander Salim Fundi, is part of a wider crackdown targeting fake lawyers who have been defrauding unsuspecting members of the public. According to the LCK Kisii chapter chairperson Dafin Biyaki, the raid also led to the recovery of a forged legal document and the unauthorized use of a legitimate farm seal. Authorities say the exercise will continue until all imposters are weeded out.
Na wananchi wanaenda kupata huduma kutoka kwao wakijua kwamba ni mawakili
ilhali si mawakili. Waliweza kukamata mtu mmoja kwa jina aitwa Judith Otina, miaka 31, na akashtakiwa kwa makosa ya impersonating. Alikuwa anajifanya kwamba yeye ni advocate akitumia jina la Collins Ario Advocate, ilhali yeye si wakili.
Some rogue members of the public decide to just open shops, kiosks, and purport to be advocates offering legal services. Some members of the public sought for legal services, and that particular individual offered the said legal services. They stamped a document, actually they certified and they signed the same document, and they were paid.
Back to Kisii County, avocado farmers in Kisii County have joined forces to strengthen their bargaining power and secure better market opportunities for their produce. The farmers, who have now formed a cooperative society with over 150 members across 8 zones, aim to curb exploitation by middlemen and ensure timely payment for their harvests. Supported by the county officials and also the agricultural partners, the cooperative is expected to enhance productivity and open up access to the regional and also international markets for Kisii's thriving avocado industry.
Kuna brokers wengi sana katika hii biashara, na brokers wakija kununua, unajua wao pia wanataka kutengeneza faida kutoka kwa ile kazi wanafanya. We sign a contract for a season. Sasa hii contract tukisign, tunapeleka copy kwa HCD Kisii, tunaacha hapo.
Nikaona ni kitu mzuri, iko na inaleta mapato mzuri, ikiendelea mzuri, na miti yenye nimepanda sahi kwa shamba is around over 400 trees. Na niko na plani ya kuongeza sababu nimeona faida yake.
So the government is encouraging that formation of cooperatives, societies, and we are working closely with the cooperative society to ensure that they succeed in their marketing. We are also assisting them in mambo ya production. The other benefit of hii kukuja pamoja ni vile tunaweza kuwafikia kwa pamoja ili tuwafundishe kwa umoja.
So I would wish to appeal to the Ministry of Agriculture through the Agricultural Extension Service officers. We even have a bill in the Senate that we are supporting that seeks to establish a framework through which these services can be effectively offered at national and county levels. We need to really conduct enough civic education for farmers to know of what benefit.
As we wrap it up, the morning report is that Kenya's healthcare system is once again under scrutiny as medical experts warn that the country still lags behind in delivering quality and equitable services. The Kenya Pediatric Consortium says that the gradual withdrawal of donor funding, including from the USAID, should serve as a wake-up call for both national and county government to increase local investment in maternal, newborn, and also pediatric care. Speaking during the launch of the new 5-year strategic plan, Professor Fred Were lamented that while large amounts of health data are collected every year, very little of it informs policy or improves patient outcomes.
It's easy to say we are not where we want to be, because not a single indicator of manpower requirements and distribution is fully met. We have gaps in the country, we have gaps in the region, we have gaps in the world. There's almost nobody who can actually boast that they have got everybody provided for. All the support we need as a country was our people who are trained to do some stabilizing research like ourselves to make that link so that we reach everybody.
Enhance the research infrastructure,
And the aspect of implementation science, translating research into policy and practice, is very key. And of course, the need to continuing diversifying research funding.
That is where we wrap it up for the morning report. I take a short break. Once back, I'll be informing you the trending stories all over the country, and also not forgetting what has been happening in the world as we keep on in Ndizi TV Africa. Remember to keep the conversation going via our WhatsApp number and also SMS number. That is, our SMS number is 21575, and also our WhatsApp number is 0711199890. As well as you can be able to talk to us via our social media platforms as Ndizi TV Africa. Don't go too far. I'll be back.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Being healthy is a strive everybody longs for. Human beings will spend their time online searching remedies for conditions challenging them. Some will go to medical facilities seeking medical help, while others will use herbal means to keep their health hazards. I am Chemutai Kirui, and every week on Afya Yetu, we open the doors for life-changing conversations from wellness and nutrition, preventing diseases, managing chronic illnesses, and even mental health. We bring expert advice, real-life stories, and practical solutions that touch every part of your life. Join me, Chemutai Kirui, on Ndizi TV Africa Afya Yetu Health Show every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and be part of the change.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Je, wewe ni mmiliki wa aina ya gari aina ya Alto, Probox, Harrier, V8 na Lexus? Jipatie brake pads kwa bei nafuu hivi sasa. Vilevile oil filters kwa gari aina ya Toyota na vilevile Subaru. Ili upokee popote ulipo, piga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Je, wajua kwamba mapishi si kazi tu ila ni sanaa? Njoo tujifunze mapishi mapya katika runinga ya Ndizi TV Africa. Hapa ndipo tunapika, tunajifunza, tunakula, tunasherehekea na kucheka kidogo. Ungana nami kila siku ya Jumanne kuanzia mida ya saa 2 usiku katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Hapa ndipo tutakuwa tunapika vyakula mbalimbali ambavyo vitakuwa vinanukia kama vile mchuzi wa nyanya, tunapika kuku kitunguu, tunapika wet fry na vyakula vingi zaidi. Njoo tujifunze pamoja na tulete ubunifu jikoni katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Ungana nami Ronelfa katika kipindi cha Pishi Bora, tulete ubunifu jikoni.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Mteja mpendwa, ni wakati sasa wa kujinyakulia aina ya flash disk kuanzia 8GB, 16GB na vilevile 32GB. Vilevile earphones, wireless headsets, unajipatia wireless microphones tofauti kwa bei nafuu. Yale ambayo unafaa kuyafanya hivi sasa ni kwamba unapiga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606. Yote unayapata kwa bei nafuu popote ulipo.
What's up, my beautiful people? They call me Ems Manvoke, and this month on the 28th, Ndizi TV Africa pamoja na Camel Park wanakuletea chill party and talent show auditions live hapa ndani ya Camel Park, na kiingilio ni shilingi 200 peke yake per head. Alafu saidia kama umeweza kulipa that 200 Kenya shillings, unapata free swimming. In the same time, kama ni mzazi kwa pale nyumbani, unaweza leta watoto wako wakuja waweze kujienjoy. Tuko na bouncing castle, tuko na water balloons, tuko na mamba, tuko na tortoise. In the same time, unaweza kuwa na fun as a family. So don't forget, mark your calendar on this month, date 28, ambayo itakuwa na Friday. Tutakuwa na show babu kubwa. Show yenyewe itakuwa ni chill party and talent show audition humu ndani ya Camel Park, the bride of Kisii.
Eastlands, yo, we had them like Westlands, yo, we had them like
Naam, ni wakati wa kusikiza sauti inayobeba maono, busara na hali halisi ya kisiasa humu nchini. Karibu katika kipindi Sauti ya Uongozi. Hapa tutakuwa tunazungumza na viongozi kujieleza katika hali halisi ya yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya, na bila shaka kukupa wewe mtazamaji nafasi ya kuzungumza kama mwananchi wa kawaida kwa yale ambayo waliahidi kuyafanya katika maendeleo humu nchini.
But after making the payment, they delete it. Now, what kind of accounting is that? Because you are supposed to maintain the details of whoever you paid, so that the figures can balance.
Watu ambao wanafanyiwa sio kwamba ni wale wananchi wote ambao wako pale wanafanyiwa ile funding, ni makundi haswa. Na zile pesa kufika katika makundi ikamfikia mwananchi yule ambaye alikuwa anachangiwa akapata kiasi kidogo cha pesa. Ina maana kule kuzurula, ule msururu wa kuzunguka inakuwa ni kama ni null and void kwa mwananchi, anaiona kwamba analagaiwa.
If you graduated in 2016 and somebody graduated in 2020, the 2016 was to be given priority to get that job. But nowadays, members of parliament have taken over. They get the letters, they dish them in funerals, others they sell them to the highest bidder.
Kila wiki tutakuletea mahojiano ya kina na viongozi kutoka sekta mbalimbali na jamii kwa ujumla. Je, unajiuliza maswali ni kipi ambacho kinajiri nyuma ya pasia la uongozi? Basi hapa ndipo unapaswa kukaa mkao wa kutazama na kusikiza. Usikose Sauti ya Uongozi kila siku ya Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1 jioni hadi saa 3 jioni ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa, nami Jeff Nyakundi. Sauti ya Uongozi, tunazungumza, tunajenga, tunabadilika.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Kila jamii hapa Afrika, yani chini ya jua duniani, ina chimbuko lake. Ndani ya Ndizi TV Africa Katika kujua utamaduni wako ndani ya Utamaduni Afrika, tutaangazia kila jamii, tukianza na jamii ya Abagusi ambayo iko chini ya Bantu, jamii ya Mkamba, jamii ya Waluo. Vile vile tutaangazia kuhusiana na jamii ya Masai. Tutataka kujua ni mbona jamii inaenzi ama ni mbona kila jamii inaenzi mila na tamaduni zake, na vipi hizi mila na desturi zina umuhimu gani katika utamaduni. Utapata mpaka leo jamii ya Masai inaenzi sana ufugaji wa mifugo. Kuna jamii ambazo zinaendeleza mila ambazo zimepitwa na wakati, mfano ukeketaji wa wasichana, kitu ambacho jamii nyingi hazienzi kamwe, kukeketa wasichana. Haya yote kuhusu mila na desturi na utamaduni ni ndani ya kipindi Utamaduni Afrika katika runinga unayoienzi Ndizi TV Africa, kila siku ya Alhamisi saa 2 usiku. Kipindi kinaletwa kwako na Mwita Peter. Usikose.
Unatazama Ndizi TV.
Welcome back as we keep on letting you know what has been trending since yesterday, and also on our social media platforms. You can be able to follow us as Ndizi TV Africa on all our social media platforms, and also you can keep the conversation going via our SMS number and also WhatsApp number, which is 0711199890, and also our SMS number, that is 21575. As we kickstart it, is that from beyond our borders, that is from Tanzania. Yesterday, the deviant and vibrant Chadema chairman Tundu Lissu appeared in court after 2 weeks of deadly protest in Tanzania, where citizens took to the streets to reject President Samia Suluhu's rule. And that is something that happened yesterday. And elsewhere in the same country, some of the parents who have been searching their kids and also their boys and girls who were killed during the protest and also after the elections in Tanzania decided to bury the clothes and also shoes of their son, because they have been searching for their body and they didn't find it. And that is what is trending from beyond our borders, that is Tanzania. And elsewhere, President William Samoei Ruto is on his 4-day tour in Ukambani, and today being the second day, we'll be keeping following to know what he will be launching today and what is up the other side, and we'll be able to let you know what is going on elsewhere. The team that is the Roots Party leader, George Wajakoya, alongside a lawyer representing Chadema, has joined Tanzanian asylum seekers in Kenya in calling for the international condemnation of what they described as a repressive Tanzania government. And also Rose Mayemba, a member of the Chadema Central Committee, spoke about the suffering and human rights abuses faced by the young Tanzanians, claiming that over 10,000 lives have been lost so far since the elections took place in Tanzania. That is last month, 2025, that is October. Elsewhere, the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's sister Ruth Odinga, now says that she has all it takes to run for presidency under the ODM party ticket in 2027 general elections. Ruth says that she possesses the experience and vision required to seek the country's top office, and she maintained that Raila Odinga had already put in place measures to ensure the community's political and cultural continuity. And also Ruth also dismisses the claim that ODM has been left orphaned after Raila's death, terming such talks as betrayal of the party legacy and also resilience. That is Ruth Odinga, who is a sister to the former Prime Minister and also the party leader for ODM, the late Raila Amolo Odinga, that she possesses everything that it takes for him to run for presidency under the ODM ticket come 2027. Elsewhere, the Langata Member of Parliament, Felix Oduor, aka Jalango, says that the President, our President William Ruto, has donated 1 million shillings to ODM youth to travel to Mombasa for the party, that is for the ODM party at 20th anniversary that is taking place in Mombasa this coming weekend. And it's something that has left people talking about. And maybe some of the comments that I've seen on the other side is that whether a stone falls on an egg or an egg falls on a stone, the result will be the same. The result will be the same, meaning that the egg will just crack, and maybe things will just end there. And that is after the member of Parliament Felix Oduor in Langata mentioned that the president has donated 1 million for the ODM youths to travel to Mombasa to celebrate the ODM at 20. Elsewhere, the Inspector General of Police, that is Douglas Kanja, has rejected the proposed bill seeking to introduce retirement age at the term limits for the top police officers. And also Kancha argues that the competence and also integrity, not age, should determine leadership in the service. The bill is sponsored by the Teso Member of Parliament Oku Kaunya proposes curbing the IGs and the deputies' retirement age at 60 and limiting deputy terms to 5 years. And if passed, that is if this bill will be passed in Parliament, then whoever who is 61 years old could be forced to retire. And however, the IPOA chair Ahmed Isaac Hassan supported the bill, saying it aligns with the Maraga task force reforms and ensures gender balance in police leadership appointments. That is the bill that has been tabled in Parliament to demand that the police officers, more so the top police officers, that is Inspector General and also his deputies, to retire at 60. And if it will be passed, then it means somebody who is in office, either the Inspector General or the deputies, who is beyond 60 years will be forced to retire immediately, or will be forced to retire. And as we move on, is that the people of Teso North, actually not Teso North, it's Isiolo North. The Member of Parliament Isiolo South, Tubi Bidu, dies while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital. Yesterday, that is the Member of Parliament of Isiolo South, Tubi Bidu, died yesterday while receiving treatment in Nairobi Hospital. And elsewhere, maybe for us to know the update on the current Member of Parliament who have lost, actually the current Parliament has lost 5 members of Parliament since its election, that is 2022, up to date. And for those who have passed on include the Kulo Maalim Hassan of Bania constituency, Charles Ongondo Were Kaspul, and also Moses Malulu Injendi of Malava constituency. Then we have William Kipkorir Cheptumo of Baringo County, not forgetting Tubi Mohamed Bidu, who died yesterday, of Isiolo County. So far, the national, that is the national parliament has lost 5 members of parliament so far. That is Tubi Mohamed Bidu, who died yesterday while receiving a treatment in Nairobi Hospital. William Chepkoril Cheptumo of Baringo, from Baringo. Also Moses Malulu Injendi of Malava constituency. Charles Ongondo Were of Kaspul, and also Kolo Maalim Hassan of Bania. That is the 5 members of parliament who have lost their lives since 2022. Elsewhere, the Kenyans VB Okowa has been elected, or was elected, by the United Nations General Assembly and the UN Security Council as the judge of the International Court of Justice (ICJ) after 4 rounds of voting. Okowa will now serve as one of the ICJ's 15th judge until 5th February 2027. This is a Kenyan born VB Okowa, who was elected by the UN General Assembly and also the UN Security Council as the judge of the International Court of Justice (ICJ) for after that is the 4 rounds of voting. And Okowa will now serve will be serving as one of the ICJ's 15th judge until 5th February 2027. Elsewhere, as we move on, is that the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki, had a meeting with the UDA aspirant from Mbeere North, preparing or looking at the progress of the by-election that is coming on 27th November this month. Actually, 27th this month, 2025. The candidate for Mbeere North for UDA is Leo Wamutende, and the Deputy President and also the team were reviewing the campaign's progress ahead of the November 27th vote that will be taking place. Elsewhere, the former or the baby daddy, if I can just use that word, the baby daddy for Betty Chalo, Pastor Kanyari, advises men who have kids out of the wedlock to learn from him, taking care of their own kids and also taking responsibility, and what he terms that is being a gentleman and also ensuring that things are moving on. I don't know what your views may be. You can talk to us via our SMS number, that is 21575, as well as our WhatsApp number, that is 0711 19 98 90. We can be able to hear your views, what Pastor Kanyari said, and are you aligning with him or are you agreeing with what the man said, or the man of God, as they say, Pastor Kanyari said. Elsewhere, that is from close our borders, is that from South Sudan, is that the president of South Sudan, that is President Salva Kiir, has fired the Vice President Benjamin Bol Meri. Kiir demotes him from the military rank of general to private status with no reasons given further, and Bol Mel had been appointed as the Vice President in February 2025, actually this year, 2025, and promoted to the general in September. That is, September was the a month before October. It's just 1 month down the line, or let's just say 2 months down the line. And now he has been demoted, and also the rank of demotes from him from the military rank to the general, that is the military rank of general to private status, and there is no reason that has been given out for what the South Sudan president did. And maybe we'll be having a close look at what is going on in this country, so that we can be able to know what exactly is happening. And from what people have been reacting over the same, somebody was saying that who said Africa must be dictated by the old guards? We need serious revolution in African countries, more so in East Africa. That is Stephen Gacheta. Elsewhere, Kenya plans to ban the import of electronics that is over 12 years old. and these including the TVs, smartphones, not forgetting refrigerators and computers, to fight the e-waste and protect, that is the public health, that is to protect the public health in the country. And of course, something that has left people speaking about it, and what should be done to ensure that that is being carved out and it's not showing up anytime soon from what is happening. And also from DZTV Africa, we send our condolences to people of Isiolo South constituency for losing the member of parliament, that is Tubi Bidu, who died yesterday while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital. And elsewhere, as we keep on trying to see what has been trending, the former journalist of NTV, that is Kennedy Murithi, has asked or is requesting the Kenya Kwanza government to appoint him as the Kenyan ambassador to the Vatican. Remember, the cabinet had given a green light for Kenya to expand its ambassadorial to Vatican and other countries in the world, and Murithi is requesting the government to give him that chance to represent the country in Vatican City, that is in Italy. And elsewhere, of course, what also is trending, what you need to know, that on 20th of November, the president is expected to address the nation. That is what is termed to be the annual president's address. That is will be happening, the Delivery State of the Nation address. That is on November 20th, 2025, in a joint sitting of Parliament. And the address is coming just amid the regional tension and the political shift following the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. And we'll be waiting to see what the president will be talking about on either the developments that or whatever they have achieved within this time in power, more so the 2025. Elsewhere, the Ford Kenya party leader, that is Moses Masika Wetangula, who is also the Speaker of the National Assembly, yesterday had a meeting or a consultative meeting with the section of members of County Assembly from Trans Nzoia County, and also these leaders, the leaders also represent who are present were Bungoma Governor Kennedy Lusaka, Senator Wafula Wakoli of Trans Nzoia, and also that is Senator Wafula Wakoli, and also Trans Nzoia Senator Alan Chesang, not forgetting the Webuye West, the Webuye East Member of Parliament Martin Pepela Wanyonyi, and the Kandui Member of Parliament Honorable John Makali. And it has not been too public what they had a discussion about, but what we know is that the Ford Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula had a consultative meeting with the section of members of a county assembly from Trans Nzoia County, and in that meeting were the governor of Bungoma, Kenneth Lusaka, and also Senator Wafula Wakoli, not forgetting Trans Nzoia Senator Alan Chesang, Webuye Member of Parliament, Webuye East Member of Parliament Honorable Martin Bepal Wanyonyi, and Kandui Member of Parliament Honorable John Makali. And closely following what might be happening and in the country. I remember that earlier on, I informed you that President William Ruto yesterday kicked off a 4-day tour that started yesterday, and on the eastern region, popularly known as Ukambani. And this region is a stronghold of the Wiper Party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka. And remember, one of the sentiments that the president made yesterday while in Makueni is that the Makueni County governor doesn't need the authority from the Wiper Party leader, Kalonzo Musyoka, for him to work closely with him. So saying that, or mentioning that, and maybe some of the sentiments and also some of the reactions from the Kenyans, some of them were saying that maybe we already we already in opposition since 2007, and now we see hope bring money. We don't have a problem, but our votes
account belongs to someone else. That is some of the reactions from Kenyans online. And also, something that you need to know, we had mentioned yesterday, it's about the British company, mining company, that is Shanta Gold Limited, has reported one of the Kenyan largest gold deposit that is in Western Kenya. And that area is an estimated of 683 billion worthy of the precious metal in Kakamega County. And the mine will need 337 hectares of land, and it will be affecting more than 800 households. And NEMA is reviewing the plan as Kenya eyes a new gold frontier. And something that has been having bringing a conversation on social media, and people have been talking about it, and also others saying that now some government officials have realized that there's something in Western Kenya and some parts of Nyanza region, and they are trying to cap and also to campaign to ensure that it's them to be taking that as their own. And maybe we take a close look on to know exactly who is Tubi Bidu Mohamed, now the Isiolo South Member of Parliament who died yesterday at Nairobi Hospital. In a notification that was sent on yesterday, that is Wednesday evening, the National Assembly Speaker had an announcement that Tubi died while receiving treatment in Nairobi Hospital, and Tubi was serving his first term in Parliament, where he sat in the Departmental Committee on Environment and also Forestry and also Mining, as well as the Public Petitions Committee. And that is all about or what you need to know about. Before joining the National Assembly, Tubi served as the inaugural Speaker of the Isiolo County Assembly, a position that was held until 2017. And also the Speaker Wetangula described the late legislature as a dedicated public servant who made a positive impact on the nation, calling on members of parliament and Kenyans at large to remember him for his remarkable services. And also, what you need to know about what has been trending is, of course, talking about the Tanzanian politicians in shock as Cabo takes over the massacre. You know, that's a story that has been trending also. And as well as 5 murder suspects escape as 3 DCI officers injured at the late Kasipul member of Parliament Ongondo Were's home. That is something also which is happening. Remember, Kasipul constituency is a constituency that has been known for fights whenever it comes to either by-election or elections. And something that maybe some of the members of DCI and also police officers have been injured while trying to arrest and finding out what transpired in the murder that was reported from Kasipul constituency, as they are heading for the by-election that is taking place on 27th of this month, that is 2025. And elsewhere is that some of the trending story, the one that the Inspector General is saying no to the term limit, that is the age limit that police officers must so the Inspector General and his deputies are supposed to serve, and the retiring age, you know, it's set to, of course, there's a proposal, there's a bill in Parliament that is proposing it to be at 60 years old, and in case it will be passed in Parliament, then it means somebody who is more than 61 years in office either will be forced to be sent home, mandatory due to the that is the pass of that bill in Parliament. And elsewhere, from what we can be able to see, is that
some of the scenes from the Nairobi SGR terminus as ODM supporters head to Mombasa for the ODM at 20th anniversary celebrations. When people will see many of the ODM party members, and also they are queuing, or they are taking, they're planning for the travel to Mombasa. And from the photos that we can people will see, and also videos, that they are well planned, and they are really happy for that celebrations that ODM at 20. And you can be taking, or you, in case you have a question or something to add to our morning stories, that whatever has been trending that we have informed you this morning, you can be able to keep the conversation on 21575. That is our short SMS code number, and also our WhatsApp number 0711 19 98 90. That is where we keep the conversation going. And remember also, what has been trending is all about the abductions that were done to the Kenyan activists, that is Bob Njagi and also Nicholas Oyo, as they were released the other day to the country. And also earlier on, the government of Uganda denied, but later on the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, confirmed that he had arrested them, and also he had punished them, that is by putting them in the fridge, as they said yesterday. And elsewhere, from Nyamira, a missing Nyamira man found death, buried in his compound after a 2-week search. You know, it's a story also which has been trending from Nyamira County, that a man who has been searched to, who has been actually reported to be missing, was found buried in his compound. And the detectives exhumed a human body suspected to be of that 67-year-old Meshaki Mainye Miyaki, who has been missing for over 2 weeks since his disappearance in Manga, Nyamira County. And the family members say that Mainye was reported missing October 27th, and his whereabouts remained unknown until they stumbled on a grave within his compound, discovering that their kin had been murdered and buried by unknown people. And from what the family member said, that is Daniel Nyawoko, said that his phone was off, and he was not on his official duties, that is in Swahili that simu yake ilizima na hakuwa kazini, na sasa tukaanza kumtafuta. That is a family member who was reporting that, and his family reported the matter to the area police station, and also mounted search for the missing kin. And it was not until Wednesday when his family stumbled a fresh grave within his compound, and investigators were called in, and to their shock, unknown people had murdered Meshach and buried his body there without a notice of, without giving a notice of what had transpired. You know, one of his brothers said that whatever they were trying wakifukua kidogo, they just saw a hand, and then it was a shallow, actually it was a shallow grave that was there, and then the officers are on with investigating to know exactly what had transpired for that to happen. And that's some of the trending stories from Nyamira County. And elsewhere, actually yesterday, the Busia court ordered the destruction of 11 million heroin and 10 million bang. That is the Busia Law Court's Chief Magistrate Edina Nyaloti on Wednesday supervised the destruction of heroin and bang worth 21 million at the Alube Sub-County Hospital in Kirineta, in adherence to a court order that was given. And according to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, that is ODPP, the exercise involved the panning of 3,936 grams of heroin, valued at approximately 11.8 million shillings, and also the 337.2 kilograms of bang is estimated to be worth 10.1 million shillings. And also the heroin was reportedly seized from convict Mumbi Mwaura, who had earlier been fined 50 million shillings fine, or in defaulter sentenced to 50 years in imprisonment by the same court on March 18th, 2025. So the destruction was witnessed by the multi-agency team comprising of officers from the judiciary, the National Police Service, that is NPS, and also the National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, together with the Public Health, the Kenya Prison Service, and also the Kenya Forest Service, KFS, not forgetting the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, ODPP, and the both county and sub-county security teams were present to oversee that destruction taking place. And on latest, as I wrap it up of what is going on, is that the new police pullet coach, Vijago, keen to retain KWPL title, and also the new Epstein email claim Trump knew about the girls. That is a story that has been trending also worldwide. And not forgetting that Busia search for a man who abandoned 6-month-old baby in Bumala is ongoing. And not forgetting that the Toyota has announced the 1.2 trillion shillings US investment. And also that is some of the stories that have been happening and also trending this morning as we wrap it up in our morning show. And it has been nice being here this morning as we keep on moving. Remember that we'll be meeting at 1 p.m. news, that is impartial, was Sasaba, and later on the other stories that will be upcoming. My name is Jeff Nyakundi, and thank you for watching Morning Buzz with us, and also whatever we have been giving you this morning up to this moment as I wrap it up. And also my my director has been Lucas Ouma. I thank you as we plan to meet again at 1 p.m. news, that is our Swahili news mpasho wa Sasaba. Tupatane pale. Kwaheri kwa sasa, and I wish you a productive day ahead in office or at your workplace. Bye bye, see you later.
Thank you.